Okay, more June 6th commentary on bear pits. That first fight, it's just a fight. Meh. It happened. Okay, so Ace versus Olvade. I didn't notice a ton in this fight either. Just Death Stick is stronger. Big stick of fort. It is interesting to see fencers try and address someone who's fighting with a sword in their left hand. I always find it kind of funny. Kind of a hard shot there, but it's all good. Olvade's all right. Typical. Hit the sword down. Strike. He kept his distance back, though, which meant that Olvade couldn't get him. So, all right. This fight, I thought, had a couple of interesting things in it. How to win a fight with your feet. Class 101, taught by Edward. Look at my fancy feet. Look at my fancy feet. They're so good. And dead. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Okay, let's see if I can use these tools. Okay, so let's start there. Okay. So Edward is just, like, his sword's almost not even engaged. He's just gonna use his feet this whole time. It's another tool in your toolbox. Just use your feet. Keep your opponent focused on those feet. Feet. Setting up here. We'll slow down the playback for you so you can see it real good. Staying out of range, keeping his toes pointed, backing up when he needs to. The sword did come up on guard there just in case Ace decided to press it, but there was no reason for Ace to press it. He was never going to catch up. So, dancing back and forth, looking for that dominance, avoiding that death stick, and bam. Okay. All right. I am practicing the tools. I just did it wrong. Sorry. You got to watch this again. I like how Edward moves his feet, though. Move the foot that you want to move first, and then that follow-up foot. The direction you're going is the foot you move. He's very good at doing that. And strike. Okay, so I wanted to look at this for just a second because, like, Edward has gained the dominance that he intended to gain. So Ace's sword is somewhere off over here. We can't see it, but from what I remember, it wasn't pointing at Edward at the time, so there wasn't any threat there going on. So Edward has stepped off this direction. He has more of Ace's body available to him, and there's no threat coming in against all of this space here because it's a death stick. So there's no reason to be afraid of a death stick. It's an inconvenience that sometimes can be hard to get around because it's a big stick of fort, but you can get around it, as you can see, because that's exactly what Edward just did. He gained the dominance and then he went through. And as he finishes the shot, you're going to see that he steps in enough so that all of his fort is on the back end of Ace's death stick. So at this point, Ace can't really push him down, can't get away from him. Right there. Nope, sorry. I have to push the shift button first. Okay, shift. Go this way. There you go. Come back. Okay, so you can see as it finishes, look at how far Edward's fort is. It's all the way up against Ace's hand right here. So, like, Ace is not going to... Like, Ace could push down, but then if he did push down in time, Edward's hand would just do a hinge shot, and that gut shot would still be there. So, a good step. Nice, clean step. Look at the angle. Balance is all there. Edward has no threat for him except for maybe that tip coming in, but that's easily avoidable with what Edward's been doing. So that is how to win a fight with your feet. Beautifully done on Edward's part. All right, next fight. All right, Edward versus Baron. Again, Edward saving his life with his feet. Neither of them have their guards up, which is just so fascinating to me. There we go. Now we're up. Now we're a little nervous. Oop. Feet for the win. Okay. All right. Let's come back a little bit. Okay. And here we see again feet for the win. All right, so we're winding just a little bit more. I want you to see the setup first. Okay, so we'll go from that strike. Slow it way down so you can see, and go. Okay, so we miss, we back up, back up, back up, back up. Edward backs up. Now, look at their feet. Okay, nice support from Veron. He's very ready to go. Edward is going to be moving back in this direction. Veron's going to take a slight bit of advantage of that and strike while Edward is moving, but it's actually Veron's step that wins the day. So we'll watch. So Edward steps in. As he moves, Veron takes advantage of it, leans away from the shot, but he's going to step right here. Okay. It's that little half step that he takes that puts him just close enough that his tip is going to hit Edward first. Edward doesn't have the full support. You can actually see there's an air beneath his feet. And so Veron just manages to land the shot just first. You can see that Edward's shot is lined up. It's like right here. Like it's 4 inches from Veron's face. It's so close. But it was the step that got it. You can see Edward just misses. He even lays his sword down right on his mask, on the front of his mask there. Just a little bit. It's so close, but it was the step that did it. Edward just isn't close enough to land the shot. So I thought that was fascinating. Anyway, those little footworks, feeties, they win the day. All right, play. Beautiful fight, though. Everybody's feet's so pretty. Okay. 2 people that have fought each other a lot, and it shows because they do something so similar in this fight. Nice little 4 block. Okay, there it is. And it's fast too. You gotta watch it. Come back. Okay, so there's that nice little 4 block. I really love it because you can, if you look really closely, you can see the quillions are parallel to the ground. True edge is on Veron's sword. The strike just goes right off of his arm on that outside line. Really, really beautiful, clean 4 block. Do what Velkhana does. Okay, let's pull this forward. Okay, so they reset. All good. Their dominance is actually, I would say Veron has the line of dominance right now, but Velkhana is pretty well prepped for that. And he's going to strike across the front there. Veron, again, a 4 block saves the day. You can see those quillions are in line this direction. The true edge is, ooh, that's an ugly drawing. That true edge is on the sword. It's a high 4, but it's still a 4. That's how you can modify blocks. And then 2 people who have fought each other a lot. They both know that they have a split second that if they disengage their sword, pull back just a little bit and strike in the center line, that they might have a chance. And they're both going for the same target. They're going here and here. And I think it's so funny because they both are managed to either dodge or block it, and then neither of them give up, and they keep going for it. 2 people that fight each other a lot. So we missed that target. Let's keep going. Down, 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 down for that hip shot, and the one that lands is Velkhana's. So Velkhana gets just above the hip. Veron's misses just below the hip, but it's the exact same shot. They analyzed it that quick a time and just went for it. So Velkhana gets the kill, but in period, Velkhana would be maimed for the rest of his life. So, nice shot. That leg's dead. And we move on. Okay, last fight. Okay. Couple of things here I wanted to point out. The difference in footwork, just for pointing out sake. Okay. Nice lunge here. Looks pretty good. The shot gets blocked, so we keep going. Clear that. Okay. Okay, so kind of similar stances there. Slip step from Brutus. Nice retreat from Velcana. Blocks all around. Okay, so I recognize that this is all in motion, and so you can't quite get an accurate feel for the fight when you're going in the stop animation. But I feel like if you look at it in just this freeze frame right here, you can see that Velcana's posture is nice and upright. Like, he's really well balanced in there. He's nicely guarded. And we have a stance here that is supported, but it's kind of a little bit wonky as we move through. And good, clean footwork will clear that up. But we see a lot of like crisscrossy crossies here, which is like what I call like the Captain Jack Sparrow type of stuff. That ankle is a little too far that direction. So it's making Brutus's fight a little bit wobbly, just a little bit. He's wobbling a lot. Well, not a lot, but more than Velcana is, which I think it's just good to point out Velcana's stability in the situation, and we'll keep coming. Okay. Miss on that one. Miss on that strike. Off to the side. So when I first saw that shot, it looked like a clean shot. It looked like a tip cut, but really it's just fabric on the helmet. So block, nice offhand from Brutus. Never give up, never give up, never give up. We have a flat on the side of the face. Never give up, never give up, never give up. Good. Good return press here. Let's look at those feet really quick. I want to check that. Okay. All right. Still feel like that footwork's a little bit too large for what's going on. Nice block on Velcana's part. Wow, look at the flex on the blade. Okay. Come forward, come forward, come forward. Miss over the shoulder. Nice clean 4 block from Velcana. And stab in the center. Okay, beautiful. I want you guys to see that whole fight, though, from the beginning. So we'll come here at normal speed and just watch the footwork. See the rocking back and forth and the crisscrossies and the difference in the stability. So I think it's right there. It was Velcana's footwork that saved the day. So let's do that again. Okay, crisscrossy. That right there. If you can take advantage of that and knock somebody over, you can. Maybe don't throw them down. That's not safe. But that sort of crisscross versus Velcana's stability, I think, is what won this fight. Just watch as Velcana moves down or away from the camera here. He's going to move the foot that he wanted to, or the foot that is in that direction first. So rather than cross across his own body, this foot was further this way, so that's the foot he moved, and then he follows up with this foot. And it just is this nice, stable step, which lines him up for dominance and striking. And like you can see the nice lunge here, again landing. We never put our knees over our toes. It's really good. And you can see that this attack, this really clean attack straight here, it's really messed with poor Brutus's center line and his balance. He's all bunched up, like he's way out of balance. You can see that even on his forward foot, there's air underneath his shoe, like he's just twisted up. This is a prime moment to attack for Velcana, so he did a really good job here. Anyway, we'll just finish that up. And nice swoop step for the finish. All right, there you go. So in this round of fights, it was all footwork for me. It was really pretty strong footwork. Anyway, thanks for listening.